Ladies and gentlemen, the Middle East is building a triangle and is about to hurt both Israel and the United States. Not next month, not next week, right now. And if you think you know the story, think again. Because this time, it's not just rockets and headlines. A strategy, alliances, and a whole lot of escalation that could change everything. Here's what's happening. On September 28, Hamas released details of their latest operations. And yes, this is not your average news bite. We're talking military operations that span days, targets across Gaza, and calculated strikes that are sending ripples across the region. First, let's look at the numbers. 15 missiles, 15, fired at Israel. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. On top of that, the Russian intelligence reports have revealed a startling insight. The United States may be preparing for another strike, this time targeting Iran, with Israel's backing. And if that happens, the ripple effects could be catastrophic. So here's the question we all need to ask. If war breaks out, who's going to survive the first few days? Because according to Iran, Israel has already used almost its entire third air defense system during the last 12 days of aggression. Almost everything is depleted, which means even a short conflict could devastate Israel. And it gets even more tangled, because this isn't just a two-player game. We have a triangle forming: Hamas, Iran, and Iranian proxies. If these three align, Israel and the United States may find themselves in a situation they've never faced before. And that's exactly what Russian reports are hinting at. Let's break down Hamas' latest operations, because this tells us a lot about their strategy. On September 27, they targeted Al-Satai Tower in southern Gaza with a Jani Marqua tank strike. Then they hit civilian areas where IDF forces were stationed, using anti-personnel shells. Several soldiers were killed. That's Operation 1, Operation 2. And it doesn't stop there. On the 24th, a Hamas sniper took down an Israeli soldier returning from the front lines. And on Friday, a Marqua tank in Abu Zar farm in southern Gaza was targeted, plus mortar strikes on enemy troop concentrations in Tel Al-Hawa. This is a week-long chain of operations, a week-long wave of coordinated attacks. And here's the kicker. While Donald Trump may be positioning himself as a mediator, claiming he's pushing for a ceasefire, both Hamas and Israel are denying knowledge of any such plans. Translation: politics is playing chess while people are dying on the board. And now let's talk about the captives. Out of 48 Israeli hostages, 2 have disappeared. Omri, Myran, and Matan Agrest. Contact has been lost for the last 48 hours. The implications? The lives are in immediate danger. This is real. This is happening right now. And it's not just a local skirmish. It's a signal of how intense this conflict is becoming. Meanwhile, the Houthis in Yemen have directly threatened the United States. They said, quote, "Every American ship in the Red Sea will be targeted if Iran is attacked." Let that sink in. We're not talking about hypotheticals here. This is a regional escalation spanning multiple countries and multiple theaters of war. Here's another eye-opener. 15 missiles were fired by the Houthis toward Israel. Israeli air defense system, yes, the famous Iron Dome, couldn't intercept most of them. More than 15 missiles penetrated defenses. That's alarming, because in past conflicts, Israel prided itself on near-perfect interception rates. Not anymore. And speaking of defenses, Israel has expanded its third air defense system from 6 launchers to 10, a clear preparation for a bigger confrontation. And according to Iranian officials, during the last 12 days of aggression, only 30% of Iran's ammunition was used. Let that sink in. The real capacity has barely been touched. Meanwhile, in Iran, they executed a high-level Israeli spy who had direct access to sensitive government databases. The message? This isn't just posturing. Both sides are willing to go to extreme lengths. Intelligence, cyber, espionage, it's all in play. Analysts like Suleiman Ahmed are warning that the next war will not just be fought with missiles and drones. It could involve ground battles. And if it happens, the landscape of the region will change forever. Previous conflicts lasted days or weeks. The next one could be much shorter or shockingly longer, and casualties potentially catastrophic. So why should you care? Because this triangle, Hamas, Iran, and proxies against Israel and the United States, is a game changer. If the US strikes Iran, as the Russian news report suggests, the Houthis will retaliate. If Israel's air defenses fail to hold, cities will be hit, and the dominoes could fall faster than anyone expects. The key takeaways? 1. Hamas has become more lethal and coordinated. 2. Israel's defenses are stretched thin. 3. Iran has massive reserves they haven't even touched. 4. The US and Israel may be walking into a trap if escalation occurs. 5. Everyone is watching and the world is on edge. And the bottom line is this: the Middle East is never static. It's a volatile web of alliances, grudges, and explosive capabilities. And right now the triangle is forming, and nobody knows where it will strike next. But one thing is certain: this conflict is not going away. and the coming days could be decisive. Folks, this isn't conspiracy theory. This isn't hyperbole. This is geopolitics in motion. And for those of you watching at home, pay attention, because the next headlines won't just be from Gaza or Tehran. They'll be global. Stay tuned, stay informed, and remember, when triangles form in the Middle East, it's never just geometry, it's war. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and follow the channel for real-time updates, because you don't want to miss what happens next.